What's up, people? Miz in the midday. Last night was preseason game number 3. The New York Giants have dominated preseason. 3-0. Listen, it's nice to see. It feels good. The thing, it means nothing. But the thing that, if you want to take something out of this preseason, what I've noticed are 2 things. Number 1, this young Giants team is excited and has confidence. There's a swagger to this team that we haven't seen in a Giants team in a long, long time. And, it's a positive thing. It's exciting. And you love to see it. They're having fun. They got confidence. A lot of these young players got swagger. Jackson Dart is soaking wet with confidence and swagger. Now, you never want to cross the line of arrogance, but you can see he doesn't have that. But he has everything you want in a quarterback. Every tool. He can move. He can throw on a run. He's got an arm and a half. He's smart. He sees the field well. He anticipates. He's accurate. And this kid hasn't played a regular season game yet. The second thing, and I'm going to get back to Dart. The second thing, depth. We haven't seen depth on this Giants team in a decade. There are young, talented players on this team that could step on the field and give guys a rest. If someone goes down, you got talent behind them. This is a deep, solid tight end group. This is a deep, fast, pretty good wide receiver room. The O-line has pieces now. The defense, the front line is strong, man. All the names we talk about, Kayvon, Burns, Beast Carter, Dexter Lawrence. You brought in rookie Alexander, give him a half a season to grow. He's really brought in to stop the run. He's not a pass rusher. We need that. We got to get better at stopping the run up the middle. And I believe this defense will. But you got guys like Chancey. Nobody talks about Chancey. Let me tell you something. Chancey's a player, brothers. A veteran player out of Dallas. Alright? You got pieces that could fill in. Chapman is a hard-nosed, dirty dog that gets low. And I love that he's playing fullback along with defensive tackle. Just tells you he's a football player and wants to play football. And let me tell you something. On 3rd and 1, that guy's going to open the hole for the first down. On the goal line, you bring him in. And I loved seeing it last night. And I can't wait to see it back in the Giants offense again. The I formation with a fullback and Tracy Oscadable behind him. Dude, a fullback and a running back. The I formation. I don't got to fool you. I can let you know I'm lining up the I formation jumbo package, and I'm going to run the ball right over the goal line up your throat, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. And we haven't been able to do that since Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw. And I'm looking forward to it. The Giants have finally gone back to their roots, and I got to thank Joe Shane. He's building the Giants the old way, sprinkled in with a new era football of throwing the ball. We have tight ends that could block, tight ends that could go down the field. They brought this kid in from Denver, 2-3 years ago? Look at the preseason this tight end is having. They allowed him to grow. Patience, man. I tell people patience. I know it's been a decade, but you can't count that against this regime. You got to throw that out the window. Let's be real. This regime's clock started last year because Daniel Jones, once again, was thrown on them and asked by Mara to make him work. I told you guys that. And if it didn't work, he would allow them to get their quarterback. Well, here they are. They got their quarterback. Now the clock started ticking. Speaking of the quarterback, this is what I want to do. man. And you know I study quarterbacks. I played quarterback. I study them. I was really big on Dart early. Whatever. Who cares? Yo. Let Dart sit. New York is a different animal. The Giant fan base is a different animal. The media in New York City and New Jersey is a goddamn animal. They love to nit and pick at every little thing. You're up against the hardest schedule in the NFL, and in the first 4 weeks, this schedule is murder. Start the season with Russell Wilson. You brought the veteran in. Dart is looking really good. He may look like he's ready, but he's not. You let him sit. Now you give him an opportunity to learn from the sideline how NFL defenses scheme and move around, blitz. He gets to watch how a veteran quarterback that's been through it all like Russell Wilson handles it, how he changes plays at the line, signals. Because the regular season and the teams we're about to face are a whole different animal than the garbage we just played in preseason. Preseason is a joke. Park football. You've heard me say this many times. Park football. Park quarterbacks don't translate to the NFL. And we've seen a bunch of them, and they ain't working. Let the kids sit for the first 2 weeks. Let Russell Wilson and the Giants go out and play at Washington and at Dallas. I feel strongly that the Giants are going to find a way to pull one of these games and go 1-1. If the Giants are 0-2, you come home to play Kansas City on a Sunday night for your home opener. You start Russell Wilson. Unless he's been absolutely horrible all throughout 8 quarters, you let him start in the Kansas City game. If the Giants are 0-2 and the first half is ugly. When I say ugly, it could be 10-0. But the offense is not moving and they're not showing anything. And it's been like that for 2 weeks. I go to Dart at halftime of the Kansas City game in week 3. You bring him in, you got nothing to lose. You're supposed to lose to the Chiefs, whatever. You bring him in. And a new era of New York Giant football has begun. You tell the kid, here's the ball. Go try to bring us back. If you don't, you don't. But you play from this moment on. This season belongs to Jackson Dart. All right? And see, I believe the Giants are going to end up with around 7-8 wins this year. Maybe a bunch of these games come in the back half of the season. Probably. But if somehow the Giants can find their way to 2-3, then you got Denver and the Niners. Try to split those. I mean, listen, the Bronco game in Denver is going to be one of the most old school football games you've ever seen. You're going to watch 2 defenses go to war. That game's got 9-7, 13-10 written all over it. Why can't the Giants steal that game with a late field goal? If you could steal that game, if you could split the game with Denver and the Niners and find yourself at 3-4, the schedule starts to become manageable. You see where I'm going? Hang around. Get to early December. A game under 500. Maybe 2. And see what happens. Maybe you're even 500 when you get to December. Who knows? Hang around. Win 1, lose 2, win 2, lose 1, win 1. See where I'm going? I think that could be the Giants this year. Top level defense. You got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to stop the run. If the Giants do these things, if they get better at those 2 things as the season goes on, the passing game will open up for Dart later in the year. It's football. No matter how much you try to say football has changed, things still remain the same. Defense still win championships. Run the ball, time of possession, control the football game. Kid Dart looks good in preseason, like we said. Dead accurate, can throw on the run, has a feel for the game. I think after what we saw last night, he's going to learn to slide. But Dable is the right coach with his quarterback. And he's going to develop him. And they ain't going nowhere next year. They'll be here. The Giants can win 5 games this year. I promise you this regime's back. It's the right regime right now. And Joe Shane is on the money. And Gable is the right coach to develop this new quarterback. And Mara's not going to do to this kid what he did to Daniel Jones, which was switch staff 1-2 years in. Can't do it. That's how you destroy a quarterback. I think it's time to move on from Hyatt. Maybe they keep him. It's not about the drops last night. It's about the 3 years. I mean, man, kid's just not living up. And you got some young, talented kids here behind him. And we got to move on. So I had no problem trying to move on from him. Whether you can find a trade or you release him, I don't know. I like the kid. I like Collins, you know. Humphrey Jr. I like some of these guys. You got to keep Juicy around, honestly, because it's Dart's guy. And he's going to be with Dart moving forward. And he was with Dart and Ole Miss. Tight ends are good. The running backs, I like it. For right now. Our season's going to come down to one thing. The offensive line. If this offensive line grows, gels, and stays healthy, and Andrew Thomas has to be the big piece, the Giants will get better as the year goes on. And if the Giants get better each week as the year goes on, you might find yourself playing meaningful football in week 16. Maybe week 17. Maybe week 18. You definitely are on a path, a direction, for the first time in a decade, to have major expectation in 2026 on. Meaning, compete for the division. And I think a lot of people see that in the Giants. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm trying to keep it under control, though. The first few weeks might be rough. Can the Giants survive this storm? Can they find their way to 2-3, 3-3, 3-4? If they get through that and get to that record at the end of 7 weeks, Giants could be cooking in the second half and competing for a wild card. I know that's not what this year is supposed to be about, but I'm giving you some of the bright side of what could happen. There's no reason the Giants can't take a game in the first 2. Dallas right now has a lot of drama. They're not as strong as they were in the past. Still a good team. I still respect them. Washington, are they coming in cocky, arrogant, over their heads? Can the Giants defense get after Jaden and make his life miserable week 1? We're going to find out. But I sure as hell not going to shut it down and say we can't. It's a lot of positives, man. But if things don't go good early, don't jump off the train. Hang on, relax. Don't get stupid. Don't feed into the media and the newspapers. Twitter, where you're going to find a lot of cesspool of negativity. Don't buy into it. Hang on. Chill. It's an 18-week season. And this young team looks hungry. Last night I saw something I loved. When Dart got hurt and they sent him to the tent, he was fucking pissed. He had fire in his eyes. And he was waving them to come on. Enough with the bullshit. Because he wanted to get back on the field. Because he was furious with himself for fumbling that ball. And that's good. Because he's going to learn from that. And you want to see that fire, that anger in this kid's eyes. You finally got the quarterback that everybody complained we didn't have in Jones. He always gave you the doofy look, the fudder. He's out there in another space. He ain't shown no passion, emotion. You got all the opposite. You got an alpha, a dog in this kid Dart. He was fucking angry. There was fire in his eyes last night. And I love it. And I already know, and I knew months ago, but I already know from this preseason, the Giants got themselves a franchise quarterback. And we are on our way, boys.